Yo, what's good, everyone? Okay, I'm sorry for the absolute shambles start to the stream, okay? I don't know what is going on. You might be seeing some bad quality on the stream or drop frames. I'm sorry, it's just about the best we can do today. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Today we're at Miami for round 5 of the Tier 8 Championship here in Season 3. And we're just going to catch the end of this qualifying session. Currently, Dylan McTeer repping America out there in his home Grand Prix. Clear from the rest. 3/10 on him. It's absolutely dominant right now.
Yeah, that Alpines look good this qualifying session so far. His teammate Chebatarov down in 8th has looked okay, but really it seems to be a one-horse race up front. Dallin McTeer has put in an absolute flyer. I mean, you know, Octavian hasn't been able to run this session. But as we watch Thomas Vink through the first couple of corners, let's see if this Red Bull can challenge the top.
Yeah, Red Bull currently 2 and 3 right now. They're looking strong, quite close together, and they're quite close together in the championship too. So that's something they're probably going to be thinking about.
Absolutely. These Red Bulls have looked strong so far this season. They're probably the third best team on the grid, up there with Alpine. I definitely put Ferrari and Alfa Romeo in front of them. As we watch Antonio through turn number 8 and down this long back straightaway, he's got that was a Red Bull that pulled off to the side, I believe. Down this long back straightaway, DRS open into turn 11 through this tight left-right section of the race course. This is the tightest section of the track. As he comes around the final couple of corners down this long back straightaway, see if Antonio can challenge for pole.
Yeah, sorry to cut in and out here. Just a little bit issues in the background, but I'm doing my best.
That's all we can ask for is Dallin McTeer on a lap. He's a 10th of a second up on his previous lap time. The Alpine looking absolutely is looking like a rocket ship right now. He's got one car in front of him. That's one of the Red Bulls. He's got DRS wide open, using a little bit of ERS down this back straightaway into turn 17 through 17, 18, and 19. The Alpine up to the line. Can he claim pole position?
Probably.
I believe he did.
There we go. Dylan McTeer, 26.4. That is a monster lap. Now, boom. That is the final qualifying standings right there. McTeer takes pole position. Gabriel Rico there in second. Thomas Vink in third. Making it a Red Bull 2-3 out there.
Red Bull looks strong so far. They are half a second off of Dallin McTeer's pace. Max Husley 4th. Brancotti in 5th. Zoranovic 6th. Chebatarov 7th. You told me how to pronounce this, but I already forgot. Mahach in 8th.
He'll correct us after, you know.
Yeah. Justin Janssen 10th. Eliasson 11th. Clark 12th. Stevens 13th. Ursu 14th. And Kasper Grabietz in 15th.
Yeah, those guys at the bottom, including the championship leader there, serving a qualifying ban, so they're going to be starting from the back coming into the Grand Prix here. I mean, 4/10 on the rest of the field. Traded was feeling it today in his home Grand Prix.
Get ready to go. You can see the Dolphins Stadium in the background. Overcast day here in Miami. Yeah, the Dolphins Stadium just in the background. Big fan of the Dolphins. Actually, I'm not.
Is that a football team?
Yes,
Football.
it is a football team. Yeah. American football.
American football.
They have their quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I know that guy. He used to be my neighbor.
He
Close
used to
friend.
be your neighbor.
Close friend. Close friend.
I know he lived in Hawaii. I wasn't aware he lived in South London.
uh, it's a myth. I don't live in South London. This is a myth, guys. I don't live in South London.
I was told you lived in South London.
Yeah, this is a fake news.
You get ready to go here in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium. In the back, in the background, excuse me. The 15 car and driver combinations grid up. We are on the formation lap. Looks like a lot of the guys starting on the hard tires.
Yeah.
Dallin McTeer is definitely starting on the hards. Both Red Bulls seem to be starting on the hards. It'll be interesting to see what happens here at the Miami International Autodrome. The official name for the track. As Dallin McTeer around the fake port. That is fake. Those yachts are real, but the port is fake.
Alright, don't worry. No more alt tab. Okay? No more crap stream. Okay, we're good now. I really hope so. Anyways. Yeah, McTeer leading the way on the hard tire. And now the rest of the field, they're following him. But the two drivers at the back, the Ferrari also and Grabietz. So they're going to try and make the medium hard work. I mean, it looks quite grim out there, but I don't know if this is a normal Miami kind of a weather.
You know, it's really not. Miami is usually sunny and like 95 degrees. But, you know, what is this, April?
Yeah.
You know, so really anything can happen in Miami. The trees seem to be blowing a little bit on this back straightaway. You know, we could get a tiny bit of rain as Dallin McTeer through turn 19 begin to grid up to go to the start of this race. It is round number 5 of the 10 Controls Tier A Championship. Dallin McTeer on pole. The points leader, Octavian Arsu, at the back in 14th. We'll have to see if he can work his way up through the field. Extend his points lead over Antonio Brancati, who's... As we get ready to go to 5 red lights. Lights out. And we are underway here at the Miami International Autodrome. The Red Bulls get a fantastic start. I believe that's Gabriel Rico that went to the inside of Dallin McTeer through turn 1. We've got a crash at the back. That's one of the Alpha Tauris. And an Alpine into the wall. That's Chebatarov. And we are under a virtual safety car. And it's turned into a full safety car.
That was a huge crash there. Gagliotti already out. Oh, it says Gagliotti there, but that was Chebatarov. And he's out, the Alpine there. And we have a full safety car on lap 1.
I can't see the standings, boss.
Oh, yes. My mistake. It's gonna cause some problems if I alt tab. Should we just screw it and do it?
Yes. They'll be fine. We can restart the race.
Alright, quickly. Boom, boom.
There we go.
Yeah, I think
You
we're
can
good.
see the gained loss since the start. Chebatarov back there lost 8 spots. Max Husley down 8 spots. Grabiet's up 6. Octavian Ursu picked up 7 off the start. Elias Sun picked up 5 off the start. So, some movers and some shakers here on lap 1 in Miami.
Yeah, you can see someone's gone into the box there. That's Brancati. I'm wondering if that's for a front wing change. And it looks like it might be. Yeah, it is. So he got caught in that collision at the beginning, and he's going to come in to change his front wing there. A bunch of people got caught in that collision. You see the ones, obviously, who dropped the most positions. But Grabiet's up 10. He completely avoided the carnage. Urso, as well, has made himself up to 10th.
I believe Grabiet's was forced slightly off the track in turn 2, which kind of allowed him to plow his way over the curb and successfully avoid all the carnage and mayhem behind him. Muscat Stevens into the pits. At the back, they go onto the medium tires. So Grabiet's on the mediums. See if he can make the mediums work. Brancati onto the mediums. Eliasson onto the mediums. Octavian onto the hards. This could be an interesting strategy for Ferrari. Got a split strategy. One car on the hards, the other car on the mediums.
See, also there, he stopped for hards, but because the safety car came out so early, I don't think there's any chance of it making the whole race. I think this is 2 stops for him, but it does give him an option because he started on the mediums, but then has this option now to basically change his strategy and go back to the normal strategy of hard medium. Medium's not going to be worn at all, so.
No, the hard and medium, I don't know that that's a bad strategy. I think that's what I would have gone with. You know, we've seen it work at a lot of tracks. Obviously, the leaders all on the hard medium strategy, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he makes his way up through the field on this hard medium strategy.
Yeah, you can see that no rain expected. Today's Grand Prix. Overcast for the duration of the race. And for you folks across the sea, the Fahrenheit is right there.
It is by far the superior temperature.
Said one continent.
I mean, sure, but like, you know, who wants to go outside and say, oh, it's 27 degrees? And you want to go outside and you want to say it's 81.
No, you don't. Because the Celsius makes sense. Because 0 is cold, the freezing part, and anything below that is freezing, right? And anything above that is like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Then you get hot when it's like 20 and 30. But Fahrenheit, you're like in 70s and 100s and like, who can tell the difference between all those high numbers?
I mean, like, I understand. I think Celsius is better for like cooking or whatever, you know, because 0 is freezing and 100 is boiling. But like, you know, when you're trying to go outside, you know, like Celsius has like a 3-degree temperature. It could be like 68 or it could be 71. There's a big difference between 68 and 71. The safety car is in this lap. Look at the race story for some of these guys. Dallin McTeer started up front. He's kept the Alpine up front so far, warming up his tires on the back stretch, trying not to pull a Roberto Guerrero. And I guess Roberto Guerrero crashed from pull on the pace laps, but Thomas Vink behind the Alpine at around the final 2 corners. Dallin McTeer will step on it, and Thomas Vink wasn't far behind. The Red Bull was close. He wasn't close enough as they go 3 wide down the main straightaway. That's Octavian Ursu who picked up a couple positions. Brancati was on the outside of that 3 wide. We've got a yellow flag back in Sector 1. That's for Cameron Clark, who goes around. Brancati and Ursu. That's Janssen as well that went around. As Ursu trying to get around Zoranovic, he will get the move done. Brancati to the inside of Zoranovic as well. So 1 and 2 in the championship starting to make moves as they carve their way up through the field. Thomas Vink for the race lead. And the Red Bulls got the move done. McTeer's going to fight back on the outside. But it looks like Vink is going to have the preferred line for this corner. McTeer will have it for the next corner as they battle side by side. Vink just tried to force him off wide as Grabiet's up to 3rd. That Haas is on an absolute tear as the leaders go side by side and McTeer is off. McTeer was forced to cut the corner as Grabiet's now right in the tire tracks of Thomas Vink. Down the back straightaway they go. The Red Bull running 2nd, the Haas 3rd. Right on the gearbox, Ursu to the outside. He's got the move done, so the Ferrari up to 4th. As Grabiet's right on the rear wing of Vink, can't get the move done. But Brancati will go to the inside of Gabriel Rico. And the Alfa Romeo up into 5th as they battle side by side down the main straightaway. Grabiet's to the inside of Thomas Vink in turn number 1, and he's got it done. The Haas up to 2nd as he now sets his sights on Dallin McTeer.
Controversy here in Miami. McTeer cutting the chicane there at the end, and he's kept the lead because of that.
He has kept the lead because of that. We might see a penalty coming post-race as we've got a Ferrari around. That's Leon Mascat. He's got a ton of front wing damage. Hit a collision with Macic? Mahach.
Yeah, there you go.
And we have
You'll get it soon.
And we have a safety car on lap number 5.
2nd safety car in 5 laps. 30 and then TSC. And what's that gonna mean for the strategy? It's still early to box, I think.
It's definitely too early to box, but I think it helps these guys on the hard tires. You know, you figure the hards can probably go to about lap 15 without a safety car, but you're really not wearing them under a safety car. So I would argue that McTeer might be able to stretch these to like 17 or 18, which, you know, if we get another safety car, could put him in the window for softs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the option you have now. If you don't box, you can extend the life of these tires, and I think boxing right now is just a bad decision, unless you have damage, of course. You see Cameron Clark's there in the pits, so you can only assume that he has a front wing to change. Well, I was wrong. And there's Mascan, obviously. He's in the box to get a new front wing.
That was a wild restart.
Yeah, there was so many moves going on there.
Absolutely. You had the leaders going side by side through the chicane. You had Grabietz started 15th. He's up to 2nd. I mean, it's just all kicking off in Miami so far.
Yeah, I mean, what a start for the Haas driver there. Of 14 spots in 5 laps. What a mad lad.
Absolutely.
And the other guy with the qualifying ban, Octavian Urso, he started just in front. He's in 4th, but not doing too bad himself either.
No, he's not. We didn't mention that Justin Janssen retired in the pits just before that safety car. The Williams is out of the race. We run on lap number 6. Dallin McTeer, the leader, here in Miami.
I think the safety car is going to stay out a little bit, or at least one more lap to allow that Ferrari driver to catch up. And we have with the safety cars, there's a bit of a split with the strategies now, so this does make things interesting. A couple on the hards, a couple on the mediums.
So what What strategy would you want to be on at this point in the race?
Well, by default, being on the softer tire for your second stint is going to be better. I think people on the hards are just going to be in a better spot. And obviously they can extend the life of the tires even more with this safety car period, so... Yeah, we'll definitely be interesting.
I agree. I think, the hard tires certainly have their advantages. I mean, we've seen Rabiet carve his way through the field with the absolute rocket ship of a race car that he has. So, I think if he could take advantage here, in probably not turn one, but maybe down the back stretch, take the race lead, and just kind of gap McTier, and then kind of force McTier to maybe put on the mediums a little bit early, trying to chase him down.
Yeah, absolutely, and saw Max Housley there, boxing for a new front wing as well. A lot of front wing changes already, so we're not really leaving a lot of margin out there when driving side by side. It's just getting a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for?
Getting a little bit close for comfort.
Yeah, that works. They're definitely getting their elbows out.
Yes.
And with Miami and how harsh those curbs are, even. When you're going side by side for those sections, it can... One person has a little bit of a moment, then, one thing leads to another, and you have a huge pile-up. But anyway, safety cars in this lap. And once again, Alan McTier leads the way.
Dallin McTier will lead the way on this second safety car restart. Kasper Grabietz behind him. Thomas Vink running third. Octavian Ursu fourth. Brancati in fifth. Gabriel Rico in sixth. Strahinja Zoranovic seventh. Stevens eighth. Eliasson ninth. And Mahacic in 10th. Dallin McTier will lead us back to the green flag. The Alpine pulled a little bit of a gap to Kasper Grabietz as they go 3 wide further back. That's the Red Bulls going 3 wide. Gabriel Rico all the way to the inside. Rico half spins out of turn number 1, but he keeps it clean. Everybody nice and tidy. They'll form a line as they head through the first sector. Dallin McTier from Kasper Grabietz to Thomas Vink and Octavian Ursu running in 4th.
Yeah, McTier's made a solid restart there. Oh, that's a huge moment for Kasper Grabietz, and I think Thomas Vink might have a go at that, but you see Grabietz turning on the ERS there and make sure he keeps that second position.
Dallin McTier's pulled a little bit of a gap. It's about 5 car lengths from the Alpine to the Haas as they run through turn 14 and 15 now. As Brancati and Ursu go side by side through 14 and 15. They touched a little bit, and that might be Ursu into the wall. Brancati definitely did hit the wall. We'll have to see. It looks like Ursu's okay. He's in 4th, but Brancati definitely has a ton of front wing damage as they tried to go side by side through 14 and 15, and it just didn't look like it was going to work as Rico goes to the outside of Stevens in turn 17. Stevens will leave him enough room on the exit, and Stevens will keep the position. Eliasson now. He closed in on the car ahead just a tiny bit. Car ahead is Gabriel Rico. Everybody running nose to tail in this backpack. This is Max Housley trying to go to the outside of Mahach. Yeah. And now he's going to challenge Eliasson. He'll go to the inside of the McLaren, around the carousel. They'll go side by side. It got a little too close for the McLaren on the exit. He had to lift, and that gives Max Housley 8th. The Haas drivers certainly moving up the order early in this race as Brancati is out. They've decided
It's
they,
less than pit exit there. I wonder what has gone on.
they've
No one's
they've
close by
evident
to see it though, so
they've evidently decided that the damage was too much to the Alfa Romeo, and we are under our third safety car of the day.
safety car. But my lander is my driver of the day. He's driven in first for more than anyone else has today. So, congratulations. Didn't know he was so fast in Miami.
Asper Grabiet's into the pits. A Haas driver, let's see what he does. He's on the mediums. Is he thinking mediums to hards?
I mean, yeah, now he has a free spot, to be honest. Free stop, sorry. Those mediums will definitely, those hards are definitely going to last the end now. And he's basically got a free stop on the rest. Because everyone from in the top 4 needs to stop again. Maybe even the top 5. Maybe even everyone ahead of him, to be honest. But he has to go to the back. And he has to now to try and stay out of trouble as he makes his way through the field. And, you know, he's got to let everyone just stop in front of him.
I wonder.
He'll see himself up at the front.
I do wonder though if it looks like Mahach on down. Really, I don't know that they have to pit. They're all on the hard tires. Clark and Mascot, as well. So, I think those guys are kind of the only guys in maybe standing in his way. I mean, his teammate Max Husley he's pit twice already, but he's on the mediums. So, you know, we know he can't make it to the end. But I think it'll really be the 3 cars in front of him if he has any trouble.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see how he does. He's started last once before already this race, so he's back to the back again, but a little bit of a different perspective on it now.
We run. Is this the lap 10? So far, we've run out of I think the 10 laps. So far, we've run like what 7 under safety car.
Well, we're on lap 10 now. We had the lap 1 to lap 3, I think it was, right?
Yes.
Lap 5 to lap
8,
7 or 8. And then lap 9. So lap 2, lap 4, and lap 8. So we had 3 laps of normal racing.
Well, you know, I think Burt Mylander could be our driver of the day. I mean, you know, it takes skill to drive the safety car.
Yeah, I mean, look at him go.
Absolutely.
Look at him go over the curbs, man. Taking that beautiful line.
It's a beautiful apex.
You can look at that 10 Controls logo, though. You like that?
Yes. Did you know they had a podcast?
Yeah, I think it was called The Outlap or something. I don't know. I gave it a listen. It was very good. I very much enjoyed it.
What part was your favorite?
All of it. I listened to the whole thing all the way through.
What did they talk about on this podcast?
Well, they talk about a bunch of different things. Mainly, you know, motorsport racing stuff. Your F1, your IndyCar, your NASCAR. I learned a lot about. Obviously, I'm not an avid watcher of NASCAR or IndyCar, and I don't know. It's quite interesting to hear some stuff about that. To be honest, I really enjoyed it. Learned some new things.
It sounds really interesting. I can't wait to give this podcast a listen on Spotify. As the safety car will come in this lap. Dallin McTeer the leader, Thomas Vink running second, Octavian Ursu running third, Zoranovic running fourth, Stevens running fifth. We head down the back straightaway, the trees blowing in the wind. The drivers warming up their tires, getting ready to go. Once again, in Miami. McTeer around turn 18. The Alpine will take off as they head around 19. He didn't get a great start. Thomas Vink's going to be right on his tail as they're 3 wide farther back. That's a Red Bull up the inside. I believe that's Gabriel Rico that tried to make it 3 wide in turn number 1. It didn't quite work. He backed out as this is Mahach trying to go around the outside of Octavian Ursu. He will back out and everybody will run nose to tail through turn 5 and 6. Everybody keeping it nice and tidy so far, but up front, Thomas Vink's got 0.2 of a second and something has happened to Octavian Ursu. He lost 3 positions at the exit of the carousel. Mahach, Rico, and Clark all around the Ferrari. What has happened to the Ferrari? He's going to lose another spot to Max Husley.
I think Ursu's disconnected. I don't think he's here. I think he's disconnected. He has to rejoin the lobby.
That is certainly not good for the championship, as up front, Thomas Vink right in the tire tracks of Dallin McTeer through turn 16 down the back straightaway. The Red Bull not close enough to gain a huge advantage off Slipstream as we watch Kasper Grabietz working his way around the McLaren. He'll use a little bit of ERS. He's got a tiny bit of Slipstream from his teammate to move the Haas car up to 9th as he sets sail for turn 17. We've got a ton of contact. That's, who is that? That's Max Husley, Cameron Clark, Gabriel Rico all involved. And there he is. Octavian is back, but he's currently 2.5 seconds back as Moskant gets by Eliasson in turn number 1. Moskant around the outside in turn 2. So Ferrari at least has 1 car in the points.
There goes Mahach there on Stevens, who's found himself up to P4, navigated himself around the chaos, and doing very well indeed. Mahach now back on the overtake. Stevens though, just much faster in a straight line. Mahach in the slipstream. Can he find himself in an overtake down into turn 11? He looks to the inside. He sends it down the inside, but he's just about left enough room. Lucas Stevens, very nice, leaving the door open, leaving enough space, but he keeps himself in front, keeps the position.
That AlphaTauri was way deep on the brakes into turn number 11. He's right on the gearbox of the Mercedes as they head out of 16. It's nose to tail. Stevens, Mahach, and Max Husley running in 6th. Down the back straightaway they go. The AlphaTauri will pull up on the back of the Mercedes, but he's not close enough. He does have mirrors full of Haas as they head down the back straightaway. Grabietz will get around Cameron Clark in turn 17 as Thomas Vink sets the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, Thomas Vink right on the tail of Dallin McTeer right now. He's kept with him this time. Mostly at the start of the race, these guys had a bit of a tussle and Thomas Vink lost out. But now he's back in the wing mirrors of the Alpine. And they're giving Dallin McTeer something to think about, because these two are light years ahead of everybody else on pace right now.
Absolutely. Vink and McTeer have a 2.5 second gap back to Zoranovic in 3rd as Stevens will lose a position to Mahach out of turn number 10. Down the back straightaway they go. Stevens with DRS, he'll get around Mahach. Husley with DRS, he'll get around Mahach. As they head into turn number 11, it's Mercedes 4, Haas 6, and Mahach down to 7, or Mahach down to 6th, Husley in 5th. As they work through this tight second sector of the race course, Husley trying to find any way around the silver air out of turn 16. He'll have DRS down the back straightaway. Husley to the inside. Grabietz also to the inside. He'll get around Gabriel Rico. Mahach with DRS further back in 6th, not close enough to get Stevens. Max Husley up to 4th. He'll set his sights on Zoranovic ahead in 3rd. As Stevens into the pits on those medium tires. He's decided he's had enough of the mediums. Max Husley also on the mediums, hasn't pit yet. We look back up to the front. Thomas Vink ran the fastest lap once more, that time by the Red Bull right in the tire tracks of the Alpine through sector number 1. Can he chase him down? He's got a great exit off of turn number 10. He'll have DRS down the back straightaway. Gap is about 6 car lengths. Vink was a 1/10 of a second off McTier's previous time, but he had a huge gain in sector 3. He's closing down the back straightaway. Gap will be 3 car lengths into turn number 11. He's closed it down to 1 as the sun just shines in his eyes a little bit through this middle sector. A Red Bull hot on the tail of the Alpine through turn 14, 15, and 16. Down the back straightaway, he'll have DRS. He'll use a little bit of ERS to stay within 5 car lengths. But it looks like the Red Bull not close enough to make a move into turn 17. He looks to the inside. He'll back off at the entry to turn 17, trying to force Dallin McTier to maybe run a little deep, have a little bit of a mistake, but so far the Alpine is perfect. Through the final corner, McTier sets the fastest lap of the race, but Thomas Vink is hot on his tail.
Yeah, Thomas Vink has got DRS now, and that's going to help him to try and make some moves here on the Alpine in front. And he's doing a good job in sticking with him right now, which is task number 1. Task number 2 is overtaking later. But especially for Thomas Vink, a staple thing that he tends to do sometimes is absolutely burn his ERS, not give himself even a chance. He's down to 20% already. You see he's used a lot to stay with him. Right now, he needs to be in conserve mode. Just use the DRS to help him stick with him, stick with the Alpine.
Absolutely, he picks up a lot of time into turn 11, just like he did last time by, but the Red Bull's not close enough. He's right on the tail of the Alpine. He'll have to get a great exit out of 16. He did get an okay exit, but that Alpine is just so much better under traction. It really kind of takes away Thomas Vink's opportunity. He closes a ton down this backstretch, but without the traction in turn 16, you watch Octavian Ursu down this back straightaway. He'll go to the inside of Cameron Clark as Max Husley around Zoranovic for third. So everybody making moves up and down the field. Thomas Vink fastest lap of the race. Dallin McTier is in. Our leader into the pits. On lap 17, 12 laps to go. That will put him on the medium tires for the rest of this race. The question is, can Thomas Vink stretch these tires out even just a tiny bit to put on the softs, or will he come in this time by?
I think, honestly, Grabietz is on for a net P1 right now. I think everyone ahead of him has to stop.
I agree.
I think their tires are, they're definitely not going to make it to the end.
I agree with you that they have to stop. The question is, McTier is, how many seconds is that? That 12 or 13 seconds behind Grabietz?
Yeah. About, well, if I'm calculating it from there on the stream, it looks like it's about 20 seconds. But,
okay, so
yeah.
I don't think it's quite 20. It looks like 6.
Yeah. It's about, let's just call it 8.
Okay, 6 or 8 seconds. Magically, it now jumps up to 10. Grabietz, McTier on those medium tires, he definitely can give chase to the Haas as Grabietz has a huge moment out of turn 17. But I definitely think that McTier can give chase to the Haas, as can Vink.
Well, Vink is now heading out the pit lane. You see the Alpine now heading by. He went for the undercut, and McTier looks like he's got the job well and truly done. Thomas Vink is just on exit now. And I think he's gained on him. He's definitely gained on him. And Thomas Zink might be out of DRS here because he has a tire warm-up to do. And he's going to be slower for this whole section.
The gap was about 20 car lengths when they exited the pit lane. Dallin McTeer up to 4th. It looks like from the HUD that I'm looking at now, it looks like the gap is about 11 seconds from Grabietz to Dallin McTeer. So McTeer on the mediums. He's got the tire that you want to close in on Grabietz. The question is, can he get it done? Zoranovic on the brakes behind Gabriel Rico. Rico running 7th, Zoranovic running 8th. Rico not, I believe he's still out on the mediums. I don't think he's pit yet. He was down in 11th. We run lap 10.
Grabietz right now, he's on for last to first. I don't think anybody's going to be able to, even Dallin McTeer, I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to him at this point. He's just going to be that pit stop margin is just too much to overcome.
Well, if Dallin McTeer's going to pump out the fastest lap of the race, I don't know that there's anything Grabietz can do. I mean, I don't even think Thomas Vink can catch him if McTeer's going to pump out fastest lap of the race. Grabietz did get on the curve a little bit. It got the car a tiny bit unstable as watch Max Housley on these medium tires. 10 laps to go. He's only on 50% wear. He will have to come in though.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's stretched it to the point where he might be able to put on the softs and gain a couple positions. The key is going to be hitting before he holds up his teammate.
Well, Kasper Grabietz right now will be on for his first race win in Tier 8 if he gets it done today.
McTeer now 0.2 of a second behind Cameron Clark as they head out of turn 16. The Alpine is an absolute rocket ship. He'll go to the inside of Cameron Clark down this back straightaway with the help of DRS. He'll have the move done way before the corner. And now the Alpine begins to stalk the Haas in front. Can he catch Kasper Grabietz in the closing laps here in Miami? He's got almost a full front straightaway to make up, but he ran the fastest lap of the race once more. If anybody's gonna do it, it will be the Alpine. Thomas Vink behind in 4th as Max Housley into the pits. He's at pit exit. He'll come out in maybe 6th or 7th on the medium tires. He comes out 6th on the medium tires. Right in this fight with Gabriel Rico and Zoranovic. Zoranovic tried the outside on Gabriel Rico. Looks like it's not going to work as they work their way through the tight first sector. Zoranovic thought about the outside. He will fall in line behind Gabriel Rico. It's a 4-car train. Back to Mahat as that's Gabriel Rico to the outside of Max Housley down the back straightaway. Zoranovic will try the same move into turn 11, banging wheels just a little bit. Zoranovic almost forced wide. The McLaren will keep it onto the track. Max Housley has the preferred line for the next couple of corners, and the Haas will keep the position, at least until the back straightaway, where Zoranovic will look to get around him.
Yeah, right now Max Housley's on Max Housley, sorry, on the freshest of tires, and he's going to have a lot of pace in those mediums, I believe they are. Yeah, so you see there, catching up so much during braking into turn 18 that was.
Thomas Vink did get around the machine of Cameron Clark as Gabriel Rico to the inside of Moscat in turn 1. And Gabriel Rico up to 5th, so Red Bull. It's got 2 cars inside the top 5. It's a good day so far for the Red Bull boys.
Yeah, good day, and it could be a better day for Haas if Max Housley can make even more positions here. I mean, he's trying his best. You see, oh, there's contact between him and the Ferrari, and he's have to go to track, and they squeeze. Rewind there. Maskans got the worst of it into the wall. And Zoranovic got past the both of them as he's defending the inside now from Max Housley. He's going for a move down in turn 11.
Max Housley to the outside of Zoranovic in 11. A little bit of contact on the exit. It was front wheel to rear wheel. And Zoranovic will lose the position to Housley. And Housley will stay in 6th or regain 6th. But when I was talking about the bump and run that last week, that's exactly what I was talking about. Just get up on the back of them just a tiny bit. Bump them a little bit just to move them out of the way. It's perfectly executed by Max Housley.
There's Machac getting past Zoranovic there for P7. And for his first race in T-Ray, wouldn't be bad to get some points.
Up front, the gap has closed a little bit. I believe it's down to 3 or 4 seconds. Dallin McTeer closed in by 1.7 seconds last lap. So that Alpine, we said it was a rocket ship earlier today, but he's on a tear. With 7 laps to go, catching him is one thing, passing him is another, but it makes a huge difference the fact that Dallin McTeer can see Kasper Grabietz ahead. Through this tight, twisty part of the middle sector, Thomas Vink running 3rd. Octavian Ursu with DRS. He will stay behind Zoranovic in turn number 11. Everybody running nice and neatly through the tight part of the middle sector, turn 14, 15, and 16. Max Housley running in 6th. All by his lonesome, kind of in between 2 battles. One with Mahach, the other with Gabriel Rico. Grabietz still the leader, gap down to 3 seconds. I don't know that he's gonna be. I don't know that he's gonna be able to hold on to this race win, Arian.
It's gonna be tough. There's another 6 laps to go. And it looks like another 1.5 seconds that last lap. So he's catching up very, very fast.
He's just taking chunks out of Grabietz's lead. He's almost in DRS range. Visually, you can see the difference. It's about 45 car lengths from Grabietz to Dallin McTeer down this back straightaway. The Alpine has closed in a ton through just through turn number 11. Last lap, he wasn't able to see him through this section. This time, he's right on the tail of Grabietz through turn 16. He doesn't have DRS. He used a little bit of overtake on the exit. I think Dallin McTeer is going to catch him and get by him with... It'll be 5 laps to go when we cross the line this time. Zoranovic right now sitting in 8th. Octavian Ursu to the inside with DRS. The Ferrari will get by Ursu easily. Or Ursu will get by the McLaren easily. As McTeer right on the back of Grabietz. He might be in DRS range now. If he's not in DRS range, it's awfully close through the tight, twisty section of this middle sector as they head into turn number 7.
Oh, Gabriel Rico's out. He's lost it. And it's a safety car.
Oh,
oh my god. That has changed things.
It absolutely has. Dallin McTeer was absolutely catching Grabietz. He was going to have DRS this time by. So now what do you do?
You box. And Octavian Ursu gets a drive-through penalty. That is surely going to knock him out of the points.
I mean,
it's too late. There's no way you catch up after a drive-through.
Yeah, after a drive-through, he's not going to catch up. But back to the battle for the lead. if you're Grabiettes, I think you have to pit. I mean, you're on what? I mean, those tires have to be close to 15 laps old. If you restart this race, you will not, like, Dallon's going to get you.
Well, there he goes. He's into the box. Dallin McTeer is staying out. Thomas Vink is in the box. Now, if everybody behind Dallin goes into the pit lane, that's going to be bad for him. Everyone on those fresh softs, he's going to be the only one. He's going to be hung out to dry.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit of a track position game. As Mahach will stay out. I think it might be a little bit of a track position game right now. You know, you can gain a lot of time. You can get people into turn 11, but you really can't pass people in turn 1 or through the middle sector. So if you can defend well down the straightaways, I mean, we won't have a ton of DRS. It might just be a green-white checkered. It looks like it will be with 4 laps to go. So, you know, a green-white checkered scenario, if you can defend down the straightaways, I mean, McTeer's tires really aren't that old. They're, you know, maybe 8 laps. You know, so he's still definitely got some life in those mediums.
Yeah, I mean, now Mahach finds himself up into P2. Only 30% wear on his medium, so they're definitely going to last to the end. I mean, if we compare that to McTeer, I mean, his tire wear is also at 30, so they're both on the same tire wear. There's a new contender right now for the race lead. I mean, Grabiet's behind on softs. He's traded 1 position for the fresh soft tires, so I think it's good for him. And right now, we have a 3-way fight. I mean, some of the guys behind can get involved too. It really depends what the pace advantage is with these new tires.
I think Mahach staying out definitely helps Dallin. I mean, if Grabiettes is occupied with Mahach, you know, maybe Dallin can gap him a little bit, pull, you know, 10 car lengths down the straightaways and through sector 2, and just look to defend on the final lap.
And this safety car staying out longer only hurts those guys on the softs, because the less laps they have they overtake, the worse for them.
Absolutely. You know, we still have a lot of guys that aren't caught up to the safety car. I mean, Moskant's on the back straightaway, so I would guess that we go probably another 2 laps. We go green on lap 28.
I mean, how fast are these guys going to catch up? That's the question. I mean, Moskant, I think we'll be green on this lap. I think we'll be able to catch up. It's not that far. These guys are going to be going quite slowly up in front, so everybody on the softs, apart from the front 2. This is going to kick off.
It's in Dallin's interest that we don't go green this lap. We go green on lap 28. Honestly, I think with the fact that Moskant's not quite caught up through sector 2, I think we'll definitely go green next time by, which will bring us to, it'll be the start of lap 28, so it'll be a NASCAR style green-white checkered in America. How perfect.
Well, he's just caught up here. Has the game registered it? Is the question. Will we get a safety car in this lap message? Don't believe we have. And I think we're going to be restarting this lap.
Ooh.
There you go.
It's not quite NASCAR style. It'll be a green-white checkered. Dallin McTeer, the leader, on the medium tires. He did not stop. Mahach in second on the medium tires. He did not stop. Everybody behind them, Grabiettes, Rico, Vink, Clark, everybody stopped. So Dallin McTeer will lead us back to green around turn 18 and 19. And the Alpine takes off. He got enough of an advantage down the main straightaway. Thomas Vink to the inside of Grabietz in turn number 1. He looked to the inside of Mahach as well. He couldn't quite get the move done on Grabietz. Now he's through up into 3rd. Octavian Ursu around the outside of somebody. He has a drive-through penalty. So it really won't matter as we run lap 27. Grabietz down in 4th. Thomas Vink running 3rd. Down this back straightaway, it is essential that Vink gets around Mahach as Max Husley and Clark battle down the back straightaway. And now Vink gets around Mahach into turn 11. That's exactly what he had to do. And now the Red Bull sets sail for the Alpine in front. It'll be a wild closing 2 laps as Thomas Vink right on the rear wing of Dallin McTeer through turn 15 and 16. Did McTeer make a mistake by not coming in? Kasper Grabietz might have won this race if McTeer had come in. McTeer, I don't know that he had the pace to get around Grabietz, as Grabietz will get around Mahach in turn 17. He ran wide. Mahach is going to come back to the inside. Side by side through 17, and Mahach around. He goes around at the exit of turn 18.
Mahach just lost it on traction. So unfortunate for the AlphaTauri driver there. Running 2nd, just a costly mistake. Unforced error. But Thomas Vink now, he needs to use these softs. He's got the pace advantage. He's got the tyre advantage. He may have 1 lap with DRS to make this move for the lead. And he's got to think as well. He's got Kasper Grabietz behind him, who could be a factor.
Thomas Vink on the soft tires, stalking Dallin McTeer on the mediums. As they run down the back straightaway into turn 11, Kasper Grabietz in a distant 3rd, Cameron Clark Max Husley in a distant 4th. He's right there with his teammate. The Haas boys have run well today. They're 3rd and 4th. Grabietz with a 3-second time penalty, though. That's definitely going to play a factor in this, as Thomas Vink closed up to the back of McTeer through turn 15 and 16, as we got Zoranovic further back. Max Husley closed in on his teammate a tiny bit, but it's still 5 car lengths down the back straightaway. Onto the white flag lap through turn 17. Thomas Vink right on the back of Dallin McTeer around the final corner. Up to the line, white flag in the air. Thomas Vink ran the fastest lap last time around. He's gonna need another one if he wants a chance for victory. Dallin McTeer will lead him through sector number 1. The gap 3 car lengths. Through turn 6. Dallin McTeer still got the advantage so far. Vink got a tiny bit loose through the entry of turn 7. That might have cost the Red Bull. Can the Red Bull close in? Down the back straightaway they go. 1 and 2. McTeer and Vink. Vink not close enough into turn number 11. He'll close with DRS. Gap still 1 or 2 car lengths through turn 11. Thomas Vink trying to make the most of those soft tires. He's just not close enough through 15 and 16. He's filling up the mirrors of the Alpine, and they make contact. They make contact on the exit of 17. And that's going to allow Grabietz through.
Oh my god.
Kasper Grabietz might win this race.
Oh my god, what has happened? What has happened?
1-2 down the back straightaway. Thomas Vink with DRS. He's not close enough. Kasper Grabietz is going to win. Kasper Grabietz will win in Miami.
Has he got the gap?
What a finish. He has the gap. It was 4 seconds up to the line. They didn't do it.
Oh my god.
Kasper Grabietz wins in Miami.
Oh my god. What did we just witness? What did we just witness? It's a Haas 1-2. Grabietz has got his first win. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my Please, I need to recollect. I need a moment.
That might be the greatest finish, or one of the greatest finishes I have ever seen.
Jesus Christ. Can we mention as well, Dallin Matthias to 9th, and Thomas Wing's in 3rd after that.
There will definitely be some penalties post-race.
But Thomas Vink, he just had a free overtake. There was no need for contact. He had DRS, he had ERS, would have had slipstream. He would have had a free race win, and then the contact from behind. But Kacper Grabiec makes it a 1-2 and a first race win for Tier A. Jesus.
We thought he might win. That is not the fashion we thought he would win in.
And can I say, by the way, Gabriel Rico, that is his first ever race in 3 seasons without getting any points. The streak is over, boys.
Wow.
It's unfortunate, but it happens. It was gonna happen one day. Octavian Urso, no points either. But his championship rival, Antonio Brancati, didn't get any. He didn't gain. Last to first, by the way.
What a finish.
We gotta talk. We gotta make some interviews. We gotta talk to people. Alright, let's head to the interview room. Kacper Grabiec. Oh my god, what did we just witness? What did we just witness?
What have I just seen?
You've just got your first race win. Absolutely everything unfolded there.
On Tier A, that is.
Yeah, in Tier A, sorry, yeah.
I mean, I have absolutely no idea what happened there. Jesus Christ. I mean, there's not much to. This race was just pure luck for me. With the safety car, the strategy, and then that incident with Thomas.
I mean, before the safety car come out, Dallin was right on your tail. He was gaining on you so much. I mean, was that pure pace, or did you make a mistake? I mean, 1.5 seconds a lap we were looking at.
I mean, yeah, I put at lap 10 on those cars that I had, and I mean, of course he was on mediums. He hit on like lap 16, so his mediums they were quite fresh. I mean, yeah, that was pace. That was pace pretty much because that was. I mean, I'm definitely not the fastest one out there, but I mean the pace was somewhat fine. If it would only be on pure pace, probably like P5 or whatever. But I mean, from last to P1,
you'll take that.
I definitely take that.
Jesus Christ! I mean, you know what? There's so much to think about. I mean, you were right behind there. You had a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah. I was like, oh well, there goes the podium. Because it was like before, like the safety car came out, I was like, well, okay, Thomas and Fred and Dallin, they will both catch up to me. I guess this is just P3 because just Cameron wouldn't catch up to me. So I guess okay, well, it is a podium. That's fine. Then when the safety car came out, it got quite heated there with me and Thomas on the restart, and also the Alpha Tauri, but. And when I got that penalty, I was like, oh, well, that stuff, no podium. That is really unfortunate. I was not happy with that.
And then a few moments later.
and moments later,
yeah.
Bob.
First race win in Tier A. Huge W.
Isn't that like $10?
Yeah, it is. Congratulations.
Oh my god.
$10 for you. And
Weekly groceries.
Has one too. We're gonna be talking to your teammate now.
Yeah,
Thank you for
has
the
one too.
interview, my man.
Philip, this is for you.
Great job, man. We'll
Okay.
talk to you later.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, let's talk to Max Housley, P2. After that chaos, I mean, you gotta talk to us how that went from your POV. That last lap was crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened really, but I mean, it just happened. Yeah, I don't know really what to say, but whatever happened, yeah,
I
Haas
mean,
just cleared. To be honest.
Haas 1-2, mate. Constructors
Yeah.
Champs Season 3 easy.
Yeah, I don't know how I defended the last corner with a broken wing, but I guess it gave.
I mean, I mean, everyone got damaged there, surely.
Yeah. I didn't really. I thought the car behind didn't have damage, but I don't know really. But I don't even know how that started. Must have been contact or something.
Oh,
Well,
mate, we saw it in 4K. So Thomas Vink was trying to go for an overtake, and he just tapped Daniel McTeer, faded, in the rear through the corner that led to the straight, and then just a pile up after that.
Yeah, I got quite lucky, but I got damaged. But I got this little slot, and I was off again. Yeah, I mean, tier clean seems to be clear of tier 8 at minute, but that was just cursed. I mean, I'll take it. It has 1-2, and we're gonna come for the constructors hopefully.
Easy peasy. Well, that's a good amount of points.
Yeah.
Thank you for the interview today.
Yeah.
Max.
Cheers, mate. See ya.
Well, I believe we could get faded in, but he said he's restarting his PC. I'm sure he'll have some words to say. But until then, just give us a moment while we wait for him. Dallin McTeer, oh my god. It all just crumbled there in the final lap. I'm sure you have some things to say about that.
It's unbelievable, honestly. Like I played my strategy perfectly. I couldn't pit for softs in the end because my tires were gonna overheat. Had my tire pressures too high. But I played it brilliantly. I had ERS for the final straight. I had 25 points in my hands basically. And from I think it was like 3 or 4 tenths back on my delta, Thomas just goes into whatever corner it was. Like as if I'm not there, hits me, spins me around. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I have no words, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow for sure. You were catching there in the end rapidly to Casper in the house up in front, and yeah, it's definitely tough. Adam, do you have any questions for your fellow American there?
No.
Thank you. Well, Dan, you have Saudi Arabia next week. Is that a track you think you can help to compensate a little bit for the points you've lost out on today?
Not fully. I mean, I know Melon's really good at Jeddah, so he'll honestly probably be taking the 25 points, but looking to at least get a podium there, hopefully, if I don't have what happen today, as long as that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the interview, Dan. I know you're probably heated right now, so I'll
Yeah,
let you go
very.
and chill. Alright, well, unlucky, but it happens. Now we're going to talk to Antonio Brancati. What happened out there today, man?
Hello, hello
Yeah.
guys.
Hello.
Well, was a great race to watch. Very entertaining to see people crashing out people. Very fun. I mean, it was a very bad qualifying because I just couldn't do the lap. I thought I thought I had because I had it, but I was too anxious. Then I got a good start, but Max Usley thought, you know what? Who the fuck is that white and red car? Out of the way. So maybe I was he think that I wasn't there, so he got me out of the way, and I got wing damage whilst I was before. So then I had to pit. Great restart from P8 back to P5 with Melon. We had both great restarts there. We were just flying through people, me and him. And then it was another safety car. And Melon was P4, I was P5. He had a big moment. I tried to sweep around the outside, then he became the inside. I went for the inside, left him just enough space. Then I went again in front of him, but he just slightly tapped me. But I think it was a net error code because I talked with him on private, and on his POV, he didn't touch me. On my POV, he slightly touched me, and I ended up on the wall. So yeah, then I had to pit, of course, and just after I pitted, I was with Warren Hearts, and I didn't even put it full throttle, and the car just spun into the wall. I thought I wasn't going to be having terminal damage, but guess what? I got terminal damage, and it was pretty painful to see my race end there, since what happened at the end, anyone could have won, even myself, and maybe be 10 points ahead of Melon. But I mean, I'm pleased with this because it doesn't really matter, because Melon got 0 points, I got 0 points. I don't care about the guys behind me. They are 20 points behind me, so it's okay. Nothing happened. All good. We move on.
Yeah, I mean, you said you are missing Jeddah, correct, next week?
It's a very high chance to miss it. Very high probability. I'll try my best to be there because you don't wanna lose 35 points in a race. So I'll try my best. I don't think I will be there, but I will definitely try my best. I mean, I think someone is gonna get a race ban as well. So
I mean, after Jeddah, you have still a few races, so it's not all said and done.
No, it's not. But we need to hope you see me there, because otherwise the championship, I think, is gonna be done. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Well, thanks for the interview.
Yeah, bye guys. Have a good time.
See?
Well, that's about it for today's drive interviews. A crazy race. I'm so glad I got the stream working in the end. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Jesus. I've enjoyed it. I hope that Bossman enjoyed it.
I more than enjoyed it. That was fantastic.
I was just listening to the commentary go in the race. I was like, this is amazing. So yeah. Well, hopefully we get something like that tomorrow in the cup. They're racing at.
Are they racing in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, they are racing in Saudi Arabia tomorrow, and TB's after that one. So be sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you everybody for watching, and all the followers and all the good stuff. Thank you very much indeed. We'll see you soon.
See ya.